All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Shimmy Shai Shimmer Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro, looking up the standard of Yahweh, Shimmy Shai, wherever it may be. Man, this is Akia Mahaloya coming back with another quick lesson through the Spirit. Something really vexed my spirit, man, and this is a common thing, and especially nowadays. I was at the spot. I was getting a little workout in and shit, man, you know. And something compelled me, man. I saw this black woman, right? This nigga woman, of course, right? What a fucking white man, right? So I had to think about it. I said, first, I'm like, this chick can't be with this guy. You know, it's not even the fact that I was trying to give this chick. It wasn't even that. It's the fact that seeing our women with other men, like other races, after this man have proven he's the devil. That's the whole point. Because honestly, they can have the black woman, but it's just the fact of how our women fucking defy us to our face. Even though we don't really deal with the black woman for real, and that's not our model to get them. But, and I'm not taking away from you sisters out there that may be of the Southern Kingdom, but it's still this fucking respect. Especially when you know the order and the laws of the Most High. Because at first I'm like, wait a minute, something ain't right about this. Because I seen how submissive and how following she was of this men. Alright, so all of a sudden she stand by this damn white, this damn devil. And, you know, I ain't think nothing of it. I'm like, this might be a father or something like that. Because he looks a little older. She probably was in her early 20s just by judging the spirit and her mannerisms. She had to be in her mid-20s. And this guy, he could have been in his 20s. But, you know, Edomites, they age horribly, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, what's up with this picture? So when he took the face mask off, this man literally looks like an old fucking man in the face, and you got this black ass woman that's sitting up here just clinging to this man's hip like he's the Most High. And it's vexing to our spirit because let's just say if let's say if she had a so-called black man, right? It would never be like that. It would be totally disgraceful. She'd be disrespectful. Because I seen a Ephraimite couple last week, and she was just basically defying her men. You know what I mean? She was literally like just walking around smiling at other dudes, and dude had the question like, ain't this your chick? You know? And it's fucked up, man, how our women blatantly disrespect us like that with no regard for the law of the Most High. And this is why 2/3 of you were getting ready to get the sword, man. And that really vexed the hell out of my spirit. Because I had asked, I said, I asked her, the spirit said, man, check that shit out. You know, and like I said, I wasn't trying to talk to this chick. That was far from my mind, but it's just the disrespect. So I'm like, who is this guy you with? She said, oh, that's my boyfriend. I looked at her, and the look I gave, I said, huh. And I walked off, and the look I gave her, she can tell, like, damn. You know, she felt fucked up by it because I basically gave her, like, you ain't shit. You signed with the fucking enemy, man. You know, you're signed with the enemy. And let's just say if he was a Jake, she's not dealing with him off the merit of him being an Israelite. She's dealing with him off the fact because she feel white is right, which he's not even white, he's red. So, you know, and we've seen that a lot, and we don't say nothing about it most of the time, but don't think it don't really bother. It bothers us because we know the order of the Most High, and that's just fucking respect. Same thing if they see us with their women, they'll feel some type of way, but the difference between us and them, we can have concubines. Our women is not supposed to date outside their race. They're supposed to deal with men of their respective nation, you know? And that wasn't the case. And I've been seeing a lot of that lately since, you know, this year began. But it's beautiful because the Most High, what he's doing, he's setting you women up for the fall. Because when this whole ordeal goes down, when it's time to take sides, a lot of these Edomites, you're going to find out that majority of them just want you as freak-offs and bad wenches. So for you women out there that think that you landed yourself an Edomite or a Moabite or an Arab or an East Indian or anybody outside your men, you think that you want to up and up, you're going to find out that was going to be the biggest mistakes that you ever made, because the Most High is going to lay that shit to your charge, man. You know, and that really vexed my fucking spirit, man. I was like, man, this bitch got some fucking nerve, man. You know, and that's the look I gave her, like, you fucking bitch. Like, I'm like, Most I should kill you, man. You know, and I gave her that look like my spirit really discussed that. You know, like I said, we don't say nothing about it too often because it ain't really, you know, I mean, it is our place to say something, but we avoid the drama. But she didn't look like she had a very contentious spirit on her. So I said, who is this guy you with? I thought she was finna say like a teacher, a co-worker, maybe even her father. She said, oh, that's my boyfriend. And I said, huh. And I looked at her like, you fucking bitch. I didn't say that to her, but the look I gave her, she knew what my emotions was at with it. And basically I just condemned her in the spirit. But I didn't say it to her, but my spirit spoke for itself. And when I walked past her, she kind of looked at me, and I ain't even, man, she was like good as dead to me, man. You know, and it ain't just, it's nothing personal against her because I don't know the chick, but it's the fact that that's dis fucking respect, man. You know, and Jake, man, they just go for any damn thing. That's why, hey, the our martial law, when these devils really start showing their horns, that Jeremiah 4:30 is really gonna be it's not gonna be a benefactor to you traders out there. All right. So anyway, I got a couple of precepts I want to get into. Would you turn? Hurry up and turn. You know. But anyway, I got a couple of precepts here going into that, man, because like I said, the name of this lesson is gonna be the 2/3 of you are getting ready to get the sword. Period. That was just how she defied. It wasn't even me. She disrespected every Jake in there, but Jake is too stupid and too docile to even see the fucking disrespect behind that. You know, dating the fucking enemy, man. What the hell is wrong with you damn black women? That's why a lot of you are gonna be destroyed with him, and a lot of you gonna try to come back and get on our sides, man. You ain't, look, you can't come back this way. You know what I'm saying? Once you go with Esau, you better stay with him. All right, don't come back around us, because we want nothing to do with you. You know, crazy part, she wasn't even a bad looking female. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's nobody that I would talk to, but it's just the fact that I seen the submissiveness and how she looked at this man as he was God compared to how she would look at our own men. You know, it's ridiculous. They look down on their own men, but yet they hold these fucking devils up on a goddamn pedestal. All right, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes 23, and I'm going to start at verses 22. It says, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, all right? And really the husbands of the Israelites is Yahweh Shai, all right? But let's just say this too. I know that ain't the first man she's ever dealt with. This old out of shape, bald head, decrepit ass Edomite. Like I said, nigga looked like he was in his late 30s or something. He could have been younger than that. Who knows? You know, but the fact about it is, this dude looked like a piece of shit, like nothing. Looked like a pervert, like he sniffed fucking dirty drawers while you sleep. And yet these are the men you women want to run behind of. Like they're just going to make your life so much better. But a lot of you women, man, you're going to find out that these devils going to start killing a lot of you off. They're going to kill a lot of you off, man, deservingly so. Because like I said, a lot of you are going to try to come back over here with us, and we ain't going to have that shit. The Most High is going to see that you remain where you stay, where you look, they say you make your bed, you lie in it, man. All right. And you women, you've chose your side. You've chosen that you want to be with the devil. So you're going to be destroyed with him. You know, same thing with you Jakes too, that want to put these Edomite chicks on a pedestal, that want to marry these Edomite women. Hey, the Most High got something for you too. And you know you're going to have people that say, well, what about y'all? Y'all deal with white women. Well, you know what? We could deal with anyone we want, but hey, we don't love white women. We don't love Moabite women. We don't love Ammonite women, all right? Unless they're confusion to face. They're just lesser wise concubines. That's it. They're not nobody you're supposed to really put your all in all to. But even in the law of the concubine, you're still supposed to take care of her to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Period. It's a law on that. But nonetheless, man, you Jakes that want to defy your race and you want to be with these heathens, you're going to be destroyed with them. And it says here, it says, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bring it in heir by another. Right? She was with a whole different, with a whole different man, with a whole different bloodline. She was laying seeds with the serpent. And it says, first she have disobeyed the law of the Most High, because that's completely off for a woman to date outside the Israelite race, you know. And it says, and secondly, she had trespassed against her own husband. And thirdly, she had played the whore in adultery and bought children by another man. You know, even though this is talking about adultery, but nonetheless, let's just say if she got kids with this damn devil. You're bringing in tares, man. You're not bringing in Israelite babies. And then you're going to have a lot of women that say, well, what's wrong with that? What do you mean what's wrong with it? What's right with it? You know? And that vexed my spirit. It was to the point, man, I was, shit, bro. I really wanted to throw curses up in there. But, you know, I had to hold my composure, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not even that deep. It's just, but it is what it is. Right is right. And it says that she should be brought out into the congregation, and the inquisition should be made of her children. And our children should not take root, and our branches should bring forth no fruit. And she should leave our memory to be cursed, and her reproach should be blotted out. That's right. So, hey, she's going to be destroyed. Because for one thing, she's disrespected Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Second of all, she offended the men of the Lord, which I hope to be a man of the Lord. And I was very offended by that. Very offended. Because like I said, man, I've seen the submissiveness behind the way they submit to these heathens, but yet they give us hell. But it's going back to the curses too, because the Lord said he was going to cause a division between men and women. But nonetheless, that don't mean we have to like the shit. You know, we still have a right to speak on this type of tyranny. And it says here, and they that remain should know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord. That's right, man. So she was completely going off, bringing that damn devil, you know, walking around with that damn demon, man. You know, that's not the way that the daughters of Zion is supposed to behave. All right, so this is the book of Nehemiah 13, and I'm going to start at verses 25. Matter of fact, let's start at verses, start at verses 25. It says, and I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, ye should not give your daughters unto their sons. Right, man, because Nehemiah was putting people to death because all women was sneaking around dealing with the heathen. Same thing with Jake men. They were marrying these heathens and they were turning away from their philosophies. You know, they were learning the way of the heathen. They didn't even know how to speak the Hebrew. They were speaking perverse languages. You know, and that's why Nehemiah was pissed off at the Israelite men, because just like what Solomon did, Solomon didn't go off for having wives of the other nations, but he went off because he started following the philosophies. That means he gave his heart into those women and he started breaking the laws of the Most High. And that's what Nehemiah is going into. But you Israelite women, you're not supposed to deal with another man outside your race, period. You know, and it says here, made them swear, saying, ye should not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons for yourselves, man. All right, it says, did not King Solomon of Israel sin by these things? Right, because he was going off, and this proves that Solomon wasn't going off for having multiple women. It was because he started keeping the philosophies, you know. So anyway, man, you women, man, you got hell to pay. You know, and like what the scriptures say, man, though hand join in hand, the wicked should go not to, it says the wicked should not be together unpunished, roughly paraphrasing it. All right. So this is Jeremiah 4:30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? And it says, though thou closest thyself with crimson, that thou deckest thee with the ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paintings, in vain should thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers should despise thee, and they will seek thy life. And that's talking about the nation of Israel. But hey, in layman's terms, we're going to simplify it and break it down to you women of the tribes. You women that left your men and got with heathens, got with Arabs, got with Amalekites or so-called white men, Edomite men. You know, you left your men for the so-called white men. Hey, you're going to have hell to pay. And these men that you're going to run to refuge to, you're going to realize that your Edomite counterpart don't accept you. And you're nothing more than a freak toy to him. You're nothing more but a piece of property and a piece of meat. And he gets off of busting on your face. He gets off on that. He gets off seeing what type of freakism he can do to you. You know, making you like just a piece of garbage, a toy, pretzel. You know, which Edomite men, they're not, from what I've heard, you know, and from what I've heard and read, they're not really good anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you women are fucking low. You know, you just deal with him because you think it's going to give you some type of status quo, or you think you're going to get some type of boarding pass in the society, like it's a get out of jail free card. When in fact, they look at you as niggas too. You know, that's why Esau is divorcing Eve, man. That patent y'all made in the garden, that marriage y'all engaged in, Esau's getting ready to divorce you women. You're going to be looking stupid as hell. And it says here, for I've heard a voice as of a woman in travail, and the anguish of her as her that bringeth forth her first child. The voice of the daughter of Zion, it says, that bewildereth herself, that spreadeth her hands, saying, woe is me now, woe is destruction, for my soul is weary because of murderers. Right. And you're going to find out that these men are nothing but murderers, man. All right. Esau, Edom. The scriptures tell you that he's a murderer. And you're supposed to avoid him at all costs. Trust not your enemy. But yet you're laying down with the damn enemy. All right. So this is the book of Matthew 13:25. It says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. The enemy is Esau and the other nations, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also, because the tares and the wheats they go into those Israelites, or they're not Israelites, but they look like Israelites, like T and Tamara. You know, they speculate that Bob Marley may be Edomite, but I think he may be a Jake, man. Or Lenny Kravitz. I believe that they may be some Jakes, man. You know, but nonetheless, you got people like T and Tamara. You know, you got all these other heathens that look like so-called men of color or women of color, but yet their dad goes back into them Edomites, man. You know. And it says here, but when a blade sprung up and brought forth fruit, it says, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said it to him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence it had the tares? And he said it to them, an enemy have done this. And the servant said unto him, Would thou then go, it says, Would thou then that we go up and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest we gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both of them grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together for the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. All right. So, hey, at the end of the day, man, the Lord is going to do the sowing. So you women, you can lay down with these heathens. You can bring in these tear babies or whatever you want to call them. You can do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, they're not going to make it out of this kingdom alive, man. All right. The Most High is going to bring a horrific destruction upon the 2/3 of our people, because you're wicked as all hell, man. All right. But anyway, with that, matter of fact, one more precept. I got to pull this Zechariah 13:8, because it's the name of the lesson. And Salakia, this was spare of the moment. I didn't have anything planned. But, you know, I saw that really vexed my spirit, and I was offended by that. And by me being offended, the Lord is going to deal with that situation, because, like I said, I didn't even, it wasn't even I was even trying to talk to the woman, but it was just the fact that it was just so out of order. It was so awkward. You know what I'm saying? It was just just so weird, and it was vexing. The spirit had me to ask. I said, who is this man you with? And she said, oh, that's my boyfriend. And I just gave her the look like, you fucking bitch. Like, only if we was in our kingdom, and I really would have took your fucking head off, you know. But we got to wait on the Lord, you know. But that should piss you men off, man. That show you that our women have no fucking respect for us. But you niggas want to sit up here and put them on a pedestal. We got to say the black woman. Man, get the hell out of here. The black woman can't even say the black woman. The hell you gonna do? All right, so this is the book of Zechariah 13:8. And it came to pass that in all the land, says Yahweh, 2/3 therein should be cut off and die, but the third should be left therein. All right, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they should call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they should say, Yahweh is my power. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.